Friends, today's tale unfolds with a story about a young lad who develops a deep affection for his school teacher and undertakes significant efforts to gain her affection. We start our narrative today with the introduction of Lana, a school teacher who was married and had a daughter named Rasha, teaching at the institution. It appeared as though he began to harbor feelings for Lana. Witnessing this, Lana found herself drawn to him as well. She was at a loss on how to manage her interactions with Benny since he was her student. At times, Benny would come so near to Lana that it made it extremely challenging for her to maintain her composure. Hence, Lana was determined to do whatever it took to escape his attraction, striving to keep as much distance between them as possible. One day, Lana arrives in class in the morning, distributes test papers to all her students, gives them instructions, and then tells them to look at the paper. Just then, she notices that Barry isn't writing anything on the paper but just staring in her direction. Lana starts looking away, ignoring him. After class, she goes to pick up her daughter Rasha from school. Rasha hugs her and complains that school was so boring, which makes Lana laugh. Then, she puts Rasha in the car, and just then, her eyes fall on Benny, who was walking his dog. After watching Benny for a while, she drives away. The next day, Lana watches a student named Jeremy give a presentation in class. Suddenly, she notices two girls laughing while watching a movie on their phone. Lana warns them to put their phone away in their bags, but they don't listen, so she asks for the phones, promising to return them after class. One of the girls, Valerie, hands over her phone, calling Lana a nasty witch, making the rest of the students laugh. Lana tells the girl that she will report her to the school authorities. During the break, while Lana was having tea, she suddenly spots Benny again. The one who was troubling Joe Willery empties and throws away all the contents of Benny Willery's bag. Not only that, he also damages her cycle by slamming it on the ground. After the incident, Lana talks to another teacher in the staff room about Benny. She tells the teacher what she thinks about Benny and how he reacts. She wanted to get the teacher's opinion, but the teacher is confused and does not understand what advice to give. Then Lana tells her that she does not need to be upset. The next day after class, Lana wants to talk to Benny about something. She takes him to an empty classroom and asks him to sit down. After asking about his well-being, she asks him if he is enjoying school or not. But Benny does not respond to any of her questions, and instead asks Lana what she wants from him. Lana tells him that she cares for him and also says that he should not have behaved badly with the girl from his class. Then, touching his knee, she explains that if he needs any help, he should let her know, but Benny just looks at her hand and starts smiling. So she immediately withdraws her hand. Benny says he doesn't think she really wants to help him. Lana says she is concerned about his future because he had failed the last test. Hearing this, Benny starts laughing and asks her to instead speak the truth about what she wants from him. Unable to come up with a reply, Lana excuses herself with a meeting and leaves. But before leaving, she tells Benny to consider what she had said. The next morning, after running, she stops by a lake to catch her breath. The scene shifts, and after class, she sees Benny's bag on the ground. She looks around to ensure no one is watching and then takes out and smells his sweater from his bag before putting it back. Hearing a door opening, she enters the room and starts to drink water from a tap, bending over. As she stands up, she gets nervous seeing Benny in front of her. Benny catches her gaze and tries to hold her hand, but she withdraws it, yet Benny smilingly places it back again. Progressing forward, he plants a kiss on her neck. Immersed in his warm hold, she momentarily loses herself before hastily coming back to her senses. She halts his advances and firmly states that they must not let this happen again. She warns him that she might take action to expel him from the school. Nevertheless, Lana maintains that she can't harbor feelings for any student. The following day, as they pass through the school corridor, Benny approaches Lana with a proposal to meet post-class, which she declines. They continue their conversation as they walk away, with Lana sharing her discomfort about their prior interaction and imploring Benny to remove her from his affections. With these parting words, she departs. Reaching the parking lot, she discovers her vehicle vandalized, the side mirror shattered and the paint scratched. Lana then enters her car to pick up her son from his school, where she sits feeling bored. The scene shifts and we see Lana gardening at her home. Her husband, Ward, asks her how her car got scratched. She replies that she hit a lamppost. Ward questions how a lamppost could cause such scratches, and she says that sometimes it happens. Then he tells Lana that her tea is getting cold and leaves the place. The next day, Lana tells her students in the class to write a letter for an internship and asks if anyone has any questions. Benny raises his hand and asks if she wants to quit her job at the school, because he had seen her going to the headmistress's office. At this, the whole class starts laughing. Then Lana says she will report him to the head minister. Benny retorts that Lana likes to lick the headmistress's boots. Angry at his remark, Lana throws his bag out of the classroom and tells him to either leave the class or she will leave. Meanwhile, a boy throws an object towards the board that nearly hits Lana. Seeing this, Lana leaves the classroom and the students start cheering. The next day, when Lana is teaching language, her phone starts ringing repeatedly. However, whenever Lana answers the call, no one is speaking on the other side. The following morning, as she arrives early at school and notices Bane alone in the classroom, a sense of fear washes over her. She swiftly informs the front desk of her sudden sickness and heads home. At dinner, when Ward inquires about her day, she fibs, claiming she was busy with teaching activities at school and reviewing her pupils' examination scripts. Subsequently, having left Royesha at her school, she decides against heading to work and lingers to enjoy an apple beside the river. After lingering by the water, she goes into a gallery and looks at the paintings for a while. Suddenly, she spots Bane and becomes alarmed, trying to hurry out of there. But in the elevator, she encounters Bane. He tells her that he missed her and wanted to go to school. As he moves to touch her arm, Lana, out of control, tries to kiss him twice. Every night, Lana is tormented by recurring nightmares of being abandoned by her family, waking up in a panic. The next day, she sneaks into the school administrator's office, steals an exam paper, and later, when all the students are in the cafeteria for lunch, she plants the papers in Benny's coat to frame him. The following day, Lana observes from the break room chatting with another teacher as security apprehends Benny and takes him away. Now, accused of stealing the exam papers, Benny is expelled from school. After his departure, Lana misses him and reminisces about the moments they spent together. One day, Lana and Asha go shopping in a bookstore. Asha wanted to buy a book for her friend Kim as a gift, but once there, she insists on getting a stuffed animal instead, which Lana refuses. Soon after, Rasha disappears and Lana begins searching for her. After looking for another 45 minutes when she doesn't find it, Lana asks the security to show the CCTV footage. In the footage, she sees that someone was following them. Then, seeing Raja leaving the store, she panics, but soon receives a call that Rasha is at home with her. Hearing this, Lana feels relieved, apologizes to the security, and heads home. On that night, while her family is sound asleep, she constantly hears knocking sounds on the door. She shouts outside, believing it's just her mind playing tricks, and the disturbances cease. Afterwards, she secures the door and fantasizes about being close with Benny. She spends the night in this manner, until her dream is interrupted by Ward's arrival in the dawn. Lana and Ward embrace, and then she sets off to Benny's residence. She positions her vehicle somewhat far and awaits Benny. Upon observing him riding towards her on his scooter, Lana tails him. She follows closely and finds herself in an abandoned locale where she accelerates her vehicle. And by hitting Benny's scooter with her car, she knocks him off of it. Then, after parking her car and waiting for a while, she steps out, which reveals that she would go to any extent to get rid of Benny, even if it meant taking his life. This is where the movie ends.